All right, hello, hello. In this video, we're going to meet special guest Holly Jones.
Hi.
Yeah, so she just finished her herbal program. That was a number of years. You've been working on that?
Five.
5 years.
Five plus of self-study and apprenticeship, so a
Wow.
good long while.
Cool. So yeah, she's one of our expert herbalist residents. Been working on the shop floor, the elixir bar. You might recognize her, and she's just stepped into the production role, doing our tinctures, our syrups, ourselves, all those wonderful things. And today in this video, Holly wanted to share with you kind of some really neat insights into tea rituals, tea tastings, and kind of
Mhm.
like a I'd let shall we call it an exchange with plants?
Yeah, that's actually a perfect way of describing it. And that's going to be the focus of at least the first class that I'm doing here, the first couple. So my kind of philosophy with herbal medicine is that humans and plants have co-evolved to share all of these gifts with each other. And we're very open to receiving these gifts from herbs. And one of the gifts that humans have, like persistently throughout time, is our consciousness. I think is like quite special, and exists in other creatures too. But I think it's one of the easiest gifts to share with plants. So taking that moment to really get to know a herb and give it your attention, which we give out pretty freely throughout the day. But I think it's a way of showing respect to the plant that we're receiving gifts from.
And I just want to interject. I think about this idea of like they say like in this day and age, the greatest commodity is like human attention. And this is more kind of like a marketing, like sales kind of vernacular. I mean, outside of that too, right? But it's so true. It's just like everyone, everything is vying for our attention
Yeah.
because it's so valuable. And I never thought
Yeah.
about that in terms of like as a way to, number one, connect with plants, but also to give back. Maybe you've heard, of herbalists, especially those who forage, who make medicine. They talk about, okay, how can we give back to the plants? And everyone has different rituals. Some people will offer tobacco. Many will be a prayer. One of my friends and colleagues, like, he'll pull a little piece of hair and, like that resonates with some, but I love the idea of like our awareness, our consciousness, our presence.
Yeah, because not everyone has that capacity, especially when you're not feeling well, to go out and spend time with like the live plant and forage yourself. So a very easy ritual to slow down for 5 minutes and be like, I'm going to really be here for this being that is coming here to show up for me. I think is just working respectfully with plants is, I think, how we can get the most from herbal medicine.
Right. Yeah, yeah. And I was just going to say that. I think when you do, you get more from that exchange. I know studying nutrition, they say, those who kind of eat the most mindfully, like it makes such a difference and an impact in terms of like your digestion, your assimilation, the absorption of all those nutrients. So why not with herbs and a cup of tea, right? Mindfulness as you're drinking it.
Yeah, and herbs have a lot of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like the art of herbal medicine is matching the energy of that plant with the person. So feeling the state that we're in, taking that mindful moment and then be like, "Oh, what is this plant communicating to me?" I think really helps with finding the right plant for us.
Yeah.
So plants can be like warming or cooling, and we can notice that like maybe we feel like cold and tight in the center, and we need something that's a little bit more expansive and warming and moving when there's stagnancy. So spending time with plants, like tasting that tea ritual,
Yeah.
that's a really good way to observe that.
Cool. Yeah, and really dial into okay, what is the most appropriate, plant and herb for me now? Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, this plant really worked for me. Like this plant completely changed my life and my state of being." Like particularly with nervous system regulation, again, is going to be like the topic of one of my first classes. So the same plant might not work for everyone.
Totally.
You have to try them, and yeah, it's nice when there's someone who knows the herbs really well that can kind of like help guide.
Yeah.
But if you really want to dive into it and like try things yourself, having a set practice, a set ritual is a really good way of tuning into that and finding the right plant for you.
Cool. All right. So I hope if you're watching, you're kind of getting an idea, a sense of the depth and a way to approach herbs and herbalism. It can feel overwhelming, can feel very academic of like, okay, I got the textbooks and da, 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 you know, it has these actions and these properties and, you know, but this really grounds it. It's like anybody can get into this, you know, and really empower yourself on a very, very practical approach to plant medicine. So this will be kind of your angle and what you'll be kind of presenting and sharing this insight and really grounding people into the practice. Like you're going to do a tea ritual, tea tasting to kind of anchor into this type of knowing. You're doing a number of classes. First one is coming up Saturday, January 25th.
Yes, taste Tranquility.
Yeah.
So a tea tasting on herbs for two of the things we see the most, both like in the story and in clinical practice, is anxiety or like nervous system dysregulation is more how we frame it now, and sleep.
Right.
It's hard to sleep for a lot of people, and it's
totally.
so important. It's everything. I really believe that when you have a more regulated nervous system and are able to sleep, especially, everything else just kind of falls into place. So it's a really great starting point with herbs.
Yeah, I love how the whole health movement has evolved. Like when I was first into it, like there was like a badge of honor, like I only sleep 3 hours a night, you know, and it's like people are like so proud of like, oh, I have so much energy, I don't even need to sleep, you know, and it's like we've evolved past that. It's like, no, sleep is so key, it's so good.
Sleep 12 hours.
Well,
it's
actually,
great.
You know, Jacqueline, one of our new staff members, she's like, I had an amazing sleep. She's like, I'm an 11-hour-a-night girl. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
In winter, people hibernate. It's a cultural thing. I'm sleeping 10 hours a night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's great. In the summer, no, because it's exciting to be awake. The sun's out. In the winter, I'm like, I don't need to. So
yeah, for sure.
But I also am very fortunate that I can sleep. Not everyone can. Would love to help people to do so.
Yeah, so if that's an area that you're looking for more help in, or you just love to go a little bit longer, a little bit deeper, or, you know, as you again mentioned, like that kind of anxiety. Just chatting with Angela, she's got a mentor and colleague who says that, you know, some of her top, you know, nervines, you know, for restlessness, anxiety, that type of thing, she's already sold out of. Like typically she'd have a year supply and we're not even through January and she's like, I'm out, you know?
Yeah, well, we live in a very overwhelming world. And again, it's like the world is seeking our attention.
Right.
And if you're not careful, your attention goes to a bit of a horror show state. Like if you...
Just look at the news.
Like getting a good sleep starts when you wake up, basically, like throughout the day. So if you get up and you look at the news, it's like, oh no, this is not really a world that everyone wants to be in. And again, working with plants connects you to the beauty of the world. So it's a grounding practice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, go ahead. I'll post a link down below in terms of the classes that are coming up. If you're interested in the taste of tranquility to go deep into this herbal path with Holly, check that out and look forward to seeing you then.
Yes. So excited.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.